as in transcendental meditation, there's all of this, surface level noise, and that's what we're experiencing a lot of the times in our minds. And as we walk through the world, all of our anxiety and fear and doubt and self-sabotage and all that stuff. And then as we begin to go deeper, we begin to see that underneath the crashing waves of all of the surface, deep down within us is the still truth of our being. And all of the activity up top seems to become more distant, more dissolving, and things begin to simply be. And as you rest deep down into the truth of who you are, through the simplicity of meditation, all of a sudden what springs forth from within that is mastery. But mastery or any of these things aren't found out here. Any of these deep spiritual truths, if they're beyond conception and actually experienced, it's not out here. It's within here. It's going inside of you. It's turning around to go deep within to the truth of who we are, beyond the surface level noise, beyond the conceptions, beyond the ideas, beyond just simply trying to flex. Going deep beneath it through simple fundamental practices is what unlocks and awakens the truth of who we are and the expression, the divine expression of who is coming out of us and into the world, not from the world and into us. And so, can you stick with the fundamentals and allow those to do the deep work in you? A lot of us go around seeking people and things to help us understand who we are, but we have not carved out enough time in our life to actually orient ourselves towards fundamentals. The subconscious mind within you is being formed and shaped. If you consistently and are constantly looking for something to make you whole, you are reaffirming that there's something missing in you. There is lack within you. And what we have to understand through the basic fundamentals of meditation and of breathwork, that it brings a sense of truth out from you, and everything else can be tools and aids, but only because you've realized the deep nugget of gold within you. So you're not trying to get a nugget of gold out there. All of these things are tools to excavate the gold that's already inside of you. And the best tools that you have are the tools that you already have. Your breath, the ability to be still, the ability to go deep beneath the surface level of thought and association with thought into the truth of pure conscious awareness that is here and now. And that truth that's accessed through the basic fundamentals begins to then inform everything around you, and you become the realization of wholeness and the example of wholeness for others, so that you don't need the applause and the approval from anyone anymore, which enables you to actually do something beneficial and actually gives you an ability to contribute into the life of another being instead of trying to need something from them, like their, wow, man, he's smart. Wow, man, he knows his stuff. Man, he's really good. You don't need any of that anymore, because that is still you needing something from someone, not trying to contribute to them. And we want to help people awaken. And the only way that we help people awaken is if we awaken ourselves. And people who are healers guides from my world where I came from, pastors. They're some of the most unspiritual people that I've ever met in my life. They have all of the tips and tricks for other people to experience the presence of the divine, but often don't have a real solid, proper practice for themselves. And this is where Jesus calls them, the religious folks, blind guides. Because we underestimate, we undervalue the fundamentals, the simple practices. We consistently are thinking, it must be more than this. It's got to be more than this. It has to be more complex than this. There has to be some other thing than this. No, dude. The way that you do higher math is by understanding addition and subtraction and multiplication and division. If you don't understand that, then you're never going to understand the complexity of calculus. If you don't understand the fundamentals of something, you do not have a foundation to build on for anything else. And everything always boils back. If you ever have a problem or you ever come to a stop or a dead end, what do? You go back to the simple basic math of the thing to help solve the problem. And if we don't have the practices of the simple fundamentals in our life, well, then we can say that there's probably going to come up some problems and you're not going to know how to solve them because you didn't practice the fundamentals. You've forgotten the fundamentals. You've forgotten the basics. In everything in life, I don't care if it's math or if it's music or spirituality, it's all about the basics. It's about the fundamentals. It's about you understanding that you are the only one who can get really good at the basics and the fundamentals that will then free you, that by osmosis you can help transform other people around you. So, simplicity, the fundamentals, the basics, are the way to the truth. Can you orient yourself to them long enough to where they begin to transform you and transform the environment around you? Because whatever happens within begins to transform around. Because as above, so below, and as below, so above. And as you begin to change things in here, things will change out here. But if you go looking for things to change out here, it's really hard to get them to change in here. The basics is how you begin the path of transformation. The basics, the fundamentals, are the true awakening.